Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the #1 live art stream in the world, and I hope you're having a wonderful day today. You're watching 400 Days of Drawing, and it is day 312 out of 400 days. And we're going to be doing some quick gesture drawings today. We're going to keep it really simple, short and simple. I think I'm going to do about 20. I might cut it earlier than that. It's just all feel it all kind of I kind of like go about with like feels. I want to have like I go about it with a feeling how I feel for the day. So I got my feels all up. So we're gonna be doing some gesture drawings for at least 10 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes. Don't know yet, but I have it all queued up and ready to go. So let's do it. This time we're going to be doing the male model. We're going to be working with a male figure. We're doing 1 minute gesture drawings. I keep wanting to graduate up to like 1.5 minute and 2 minutes, and then 2.5 minutes and like 3 minutes. Is it? Yeah, or like 3 minutes or something like that. I just haven't got to that yet. I want to start doing that though. So let's begin. Let's see what we have here. Let's do my time lapse, and we got another the worst a line figure. All right, so we're just gonna we're gonna do a little bit of like just like getting used to moving uh, the drawing tool here, and some weird looking photos like this guy's. I hope this website that I'm using doesn't have like a bunch of bad photos of guys, because that's what I'm getting. There's really good photos of women and then just bad photos of guys. Because the last one I had like 20 photos. The last website I was using had like 20 photos of guys, and they're all like ball like not like balls, but like ball shots. Not ball shots, but they're all curled up in a ball, and they're like squatting, and it's always like a profile view of it, of their body, and I'm not. It's not what you think. I'm not saying that, but like they're all just like really bad photos, and there was only like 20 of them, and then I was like, gosh darn, man, really not a lot for me to work with. Um, but this website I'm using is a little bit better. I noticed that they do have just overall just more selection with the figure here. Only have a minute to kind of work on these figures, so I really don't have a lot of time to kind of establish anything. But this one's kind of like he almost looks like he's hugging his face. He's giving himself a nice old bear hug. His head's right here. You can't see it. He's kind of crotched out there. You can see his ear. You can see part of his hair there, but you don't see anything else. And his legs they're kind of doing leggy things here. I guess this other leg's kind of in shadow. He's got his torso, and put X marks for where you put nipples. That wasn't not bad. So this one's he's doing a little thinking. He's thinking about like what is he what is he going to buy for what is he going to buy today when he goes to Uber Eats? Is he going to get himself a nice Mickey D sandwich, or is he going to get him is he going to go for a little Burger King action? I don't know. This is turning out awful, by the way. I'm going about it all wrong. I need to be loosey goosey here. I need to move. I need to loosen up my hands. I need to dial back my hands here for these. Um, there we go. Feel a little bit more. Feel a little bit more confident with my marks. Not really, but I'm feeling looser, and that's good. That's his package. I drew a little bitty oval circular thing for his package. When I was in college, this is the funniest thing that I always saw happen. Um, every time we had a male model, like, and we had to paint the male model, the students they would what is it? I just did a bunch of color tests here. They would they would draw the this is not going to turn like anything. I'm sorry. I kind of got distracted with this little blast from the past thing that I had in my head. Um, they would draw the dude's package, um, like there was fog, or like there was like some sort of mist around it, or it would actually follow the shadow, like there would be nothing there. It just dissipate into this like shadowy area, and you could kind of get away with it because a lot of times you were doing figurative works where there's really strong uh, shadows going towards the pelvis, the male crotchal area, and you can kind of get away with it, right? But it was always funny to see that because they're like they just wanted to, they were avoiding it with a passion, you know. They were just avoiding. This is not that good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm distracted. That's what happens when you do a late night drawing session, right? You do these late night drawing sessions. Oh my gosh, this is awful. And yeah, that's what happens when you do these late night drawing sessions. But yeah, they just like it'd be this whole area would be like in shadow. Just make this giant shadowy area. And you're like, why is it so dark down there? Like, what's going on? And it was just like a way of the artist to kind of avoid having to, you know, uh, uh, look at the male crotchal region, I guess, if that makes any sense. This is not that good. I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize because I'm not. I didn't do my. I haven't been practicing. I haven't been practicing. I'm a little rusty. That's what happens when you jump from Pokemon to drawing the figure. Come on, man. Pokemon's easier to some extent. So I do notice I am locking up a little bit. I'm a little tight. I'm like a little bit tight with my emotions. I got all these emotions. No, I'm just a little bit tight with how I'm making my marks here. And you know, I think it's because I've jumped from doing the female figure to the male figure, and so now I'm just gonna have to kind of break through this like barrier, subconscious barrier, really, and we'll see what happens from there. You know, it's going to take some time. It might take me a few minutes. I don't know if I'm going to get to that point where it's like, wow, things are just clicking for me. You know, it might be like, well, I got I did the old college try, and so this guy has like some foreshortening because this arm's going closer to you and this arm's going farther away. So that's kind of challenging in the time frame. But you just gotta keep drawing, and each day is going to yield some sort of improvement. I like to think that I am improving, um, because I have been kind of looking at some of my older like studies, and even though I feel like I'm kind of tight right now, my older drawings, the older figurative works, did have like this vastly tighter, like when I say tight, I mean like I'm locking up more. I could feel like my lines are more scratchy, you know. They're more scratchy, and they don't give that feeling of fluidity. And I feel like now there has been some at least a more just more growth, I guess. This guy's Interesting, like photo of a guy. He's kind of like slouching almost. He's got this and this. Gonna give him this slouching thing, and then his arms right here, kind of doing arm things. His arms doing his arm thing. I'm gonna give this hand here, and his head's going out that, and you can see part of his like back or stomach right there, just barely. This whole figure is actually in like cast shadow, so I really don't see a lot of what's happening with this figure. There's a lot of action here that's really difficult to see. Here's another figure. So, just kind of going at it today. We'll see where I go from here. A little scratchy. This is not a good start for this one. This one's like a different figure than what I'm used to. We're just gonna give. He's a much leaner person. This guy's a leaner person, and he's in my most hated material, transparent mesh. Transparent mesh. I don't like that stuff. They use it a lot. It's like they're wearing like weird blankets. The X there for some nipples. This photo, this guy feels almost like he's leaning forward a little bit. And he's got this strong perspective. Like literally, his hand feels like it's about as big as his head. So let's just assume that it's kind of like that. It's got a weird shaped head too. That's almost too difficult for this time frame. I need to focus on. I would need to fiddle around with that. This is not good. This is bad. I don't like this one. Oh, next. I hate saying that, but I would have to fiddle around with that before I to really, really get it dialed in. Here we go. One thing I don't like about a lot of the male figure models that I get on this website is that they don't really well, I mean, I don't want to say do it for me, but like they don't really have a lot of dynamic poses. As I said, like the last one I had, the last website I used, they were all like in balls or doing something dumb. Like they're in the most non-dramatic poses ever, and they didn't have it. Just they were just boring. The boring to work with as a just a, like visually, it was boring to work with. This one's a little bit better, but there's still a lot of kind of like bad poses to work with. This one's kind of like doing like a kind of like a Spider-Man pose almost. He's got some wicked hair, kind of like Wolverine hair almost. We're not gonna get. Let's give him like little bitty eyes and like a face like that, and then I don't know how much time I have. Not a lot of time, so we're just gonna. And his arms kind of pinched backwards like that, and then right here. Yeah, I don't have enough time to even put his legs in because I'm too busy like focusing on like his hands. His legs kind of go like right here, and there's another leg right here doing some leg action. Some Muay Thai fighters. I think this week I'm going to start doing longer and longer sessions, but I can only do the longer the timed images though the less I can do. So what I might end up doing is I might do like a set of of 10 like 30-second gesture drawings. Something that's going to take like 5 minutes. I'm going to just breeze like right through, and then um, I'll do like a couple 5 minute or so. I don't know. That would have been fun to work with because those two figures there fighting each other. I'm going to dial. I didn't have my mic near me. I'm going to dial back. I'm going to hold the pencil a little farther away, so it's more like a wand, and it's going to be. So I'm going to have much looser strokes. I need to kind of maybe I'm going to do that for these next few bouts and see how I feel about it. Just kind of just fiddle around with it, move the brush around like this, move the brush around, just move the brush around, have a little bit of fun. Um, Sometimes I like to do this, especially when I'm feeling a little uncertain. And there's a lot of days. I've been having a lot of days of uncertainty with these drawings. I really have. Um, it's just some days I can really kind of spitfire these images, and then other days I'm just like struggling to get something out, you know? And I'm just really struggling. And there's good days and bad days, you know, and it's okay to have them. It's okay. Unfortunately for me, I'm like one of those. I'm like the artist that has like more bad days than good, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion. I wish I was able to kind of get past that that hill. So that's going to be my type of like that's my like my demons, I guess, is getting past the whole what would you call it? I don't know. The struggles of drawing. This one actually would turn out pretty interesting if I had more time. But as I said, I'm kind of struggling at the moment. So we're just kind of dialing it back on the perfectionism and kind of doing a little bit of like more abstraction, I guess, or a continuous line, really. Right here. What I struggle with, what's this guy's doing? What's his leg doing? I can't tell. Is it kind of this coming off the page here? I think this other one's kind of folded underneath, tucked underneath him. I can't really tell because in shadow. You know, this one's there you go. So we have like two more drawings that I'm going to be doing, and then that's going to be it. We're just going to call it a day. Like so, just two more drawings. This maybe this one's kind of doing. It looks like almost like I'm in like Quasimodo for a second. He's doing a weird like crouching position type thing. So bear with me if it doesn't look good. And this one is, the next one is another guy, kind of a, he's, it's really dark. I can only see, we're just going to kind of get some action lines here. See if that helps me out a little bit. And then he's got this other thing. I can't see his head. Well, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it, but for the most part, it's in like in this in shadow. It depends on where I move my head, so I can't really see his head. I can see his hand and the forearm that he's making. The muscle right there, and well, that was not that good. I was more, and here's what here's another example of just a bad thing to work with. As I was saying, this is another dude basically in a ball, and all I'm getting literally is you're just seeing a like a rounded torso, and you're seeing the guy kind of hunched over. You can't really see his head. You can kind of see his head, and you can see his neck here. He's got deltoid muscle here, and his hands are right below his head, doing like doing hand things. You know, they're like cups. They're like making like cups, I guess. And that's it. But it was basically a ball and not a lot for me to work with. But I tell you, I'm still stuck on this day. I am still stuck on getting the figure done in the time frame. That is my goal. That's going to be my goal, to get the figure done in the time frame. And eventually what's going to happen is what I think is going to happen is I'm going to do so many of these that I'm going to just know where to do the lines at a specific drawing point or at a specific figure. But I just haven't got there yet, and it's going to take me quite a bit of time because I'm a slow learner, and it's been a while since I've been drawing like this. Even though I've been doing this, it's been a while since I've done this type of work, and it's going to take me a long while to get back to where I was. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate you, and I wish you a wonderful evening. This is Pierson. Cheers.